Okay, so the topic of today's video is one that is dear to my heart because religion, any religion, is just, to me, and I don't mean to offend anybody, but to me, any kind of religion, when you really cut down to it, it's just a whole lot of gibberish, a whole lot of contradictions, right? But in Christianity, we are told that the devil, Satan, Lucifer, whatever you want to call him, Beelzebub, he is in charge of hell, Tartarus, the prison, the underworld, right? And he is tasked with punishing criminals, evildoers, sinners. You know, uh, Satan is in charge of torturing those who have committed sins and blasphemies in life, and they are charged with eternal torture, basically, right? This is the gist of it. But here's the problem that I have. To me, this is a contradiction of the highest order. To me, this is even hypocrisy and a flagrant breach of decency and common sense, right? Because listen, when you really think, you have to think for yourself and analyze this. Uh, we all know that Satan, Lucifer, he ain't a good guy, right? He's the villain, right? He's the baddest motherfucker on the block, basically, right? And we all know that our boy Satan, he loves to tempt people to do bad things because, of course, he wants everybody to be just like him, right? Because in his arrogance, he wants to be just like the Most High and sit on his throne, and he wants to be worshipped by the evil people, just like God is worshipped by, allegedly, the good people. Why would the devil torture all of these evildoers, all of these sinners and blasphemers and criminals? Why would the devil lock them up in hell and punish them for eternity? I mean, these are his boys. These are his worshippers, his fanboys, right? I mean, if the devil had an OnlyFans, all of these criminals would simp for this dude and make generous donations for those fucking nudie pics, right? So of course you have to arrive at the same conclusion that I have arrived. Why would the devil punish and torture all of these evil people for eternity when they share his beliefs, when they share his mindset, when they want to do all of the bad things just like the devil wishes? And they worship the guy one way or another, right? Especially by doing bad things. So my question is, why would he punish and lock the evildoers? It just don't make no sense to me, right? These are his boys, right? I mean, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? Like if it were me, like hell would be a fucking resort. It would be like a fucking hotel for these people. These are his people. Why are why is he mistreating all these criminals? They are his boys, right? All of the murderers and cheaters and rapists and etc. etc. You get the gist of it, right? This is the kind of person, the template, the definition that the devil wants. Criminals, bad people, sinners, his boys, cut from the same cloth, made from the same clay. He's the one probably that tempted them to be this evil. So why is he punishing them? It don't make no sense. They should all hold hands in hell and sing kumbaya, right? It just don't make no sense. And if you ask priests and believers about this, well, of course, they automatically will try to defend this contradiction by saying, well, you see, it's God's will, etc., etc. It just don't make no sense, right? Because the devil is the opposite. I would suspect that at least he has some sort of power and independence, autonomy, and whatever you want to have it, right? So why would Lucifer listen to the demands of God when he is the quintessential original revolutionary, the first original sinner that said that said fuck off God, I'm going my own way. See you later, alligator, right? Why would he listen to the commands of God and punish the sinners, which are his fanboys? Don't make no sense, does it? Right? And of course, we've all heard or read the prophecy about Armageddon. You have the army of the good, and then you have the army of the bad, and they will clash, right? Of course, the good being God, and the bad being God and his angels, and Lucifer and all of the criminals, the sinners. So, in Armageddon, when that battle happens, why would the sinners, the criminals, who have been tortured until then by Lucifer, take up arms and fight for Lucifer and carry his banners and fight in his name against the angels and of God? It don't make no sense, now does it? If I were to be treated like this by Lucifer, I would say, fuck you, boy, I'm out of here. What are you talking about? Right? Like if I were the warden of hell, if I were in charge of hell, let me tell you, it would be a different story, right? We'd have nothing but party and booze and all of the rest of the pleasures. What are you talking about? You're telling me more sinners are coming? Well, get them in here. Let's have some fun together. Let's enjoy ourselves until the apocalypse. The fuck? Right? Why would I torture the sinners that are on my side and share my sensibilities to do evil? It don't make no sense. Right? And of course, the main argument against this is, well, it's God's will. Well, if it's God's will, then that means that the devil has actually no power. He's a chump. He's a pussy. He is a lackey, an errand boy, and just like a lot of alpha males, he's pretending to be something he is not. So why should I believe and follow this clown? Right? It just don't make no sense to me. I mean, this is just fun for me. I like to think about these things, right? Because if you're like me, you know that most people, they just accept everything for what it is. They don't think about it. They don't digest it. They don't meditate or muse on the matter. They just accept it from a so-called authority figure because they believe that these authority figures know better than you do. Well, they don't. They're trying to deceive you and control you. Okay? Most of all, they're trying to beat critical thinking out of you. Of course. The fuck? I mean, these are the type of thoughts that really amuse me. Like, I live for this shit, right? I mean, and there will be no priest whatsoever that can convince me otherwise, right? No way, no how. They can't. They know they can't, right? I mean, to me, hell must be I mean, paradise for criminals. It has to be. Why would it be otherwise? Says who? The Bible? The Vatican? The Pope? I mean, they haven't been there to tell us otherwise, have they? They're just speculating, right? And of course, they are against common sense. Common sense logic, rationality tells me that if bad people go down there with the where the real bad guy is the fucking king, then he should embrace these evildoers as his peeps, as his homies, right? Everybody down there should be fucking friends, and they should be celebrating. The fuck? Right? And, okay, listen, this is another topic. From what I gather, and I have done so much research, I have listened to religious believers for so many years. You see, their main argument is, which is sinister, is that God and the devil, they are engaging in this bet, in this chess match, to see if mankind either believes in God until the end or is easily tempted by the devil. This seems to be the gamble that they're involved in, right? So it's sort of like this. You see, God and the devil, they meet for the first time after the fall of Lucifer, and and God is like, "Yo, Lucifer, I mean, trust me, bro. You can do anything to my believers, to my people. Let me tell you, no matter what you do to them, they're still gonna worship me, and they're still gonna believe me, no matter what happens to them. That's how strong their faith is." And the devil is like, "I bet." Right? So this was their gamble. Let's fuck with the people, with the little people down there, and let's see how many of them stand with the faith and how many are tempted to do evil and fall from grace. This seems to be the bet, the gamble, right? So these two juggernauts, the God and the devil, they're playing with our lives. We're nothing but chess pieces, playthings to toy with. Here's a war, here's a genocide, disease from birth, poverty, excruciating pain and suffering, uh, catastrophes, cataclysms, terror, fear, hunger, starvation, drought, pestilence, plagues, right? So this seems to be their one and only activity, to fuck with people, to prove a bet. Huh? I mean, the fuck? This seems to be what's going on here. This seems to be the main, uh, the main purpose of being alive as a human being. To be tested and played with as a toy, as a puppet on strings, as a mannequin by these two entities, whatever they are, to see if you believe in God or if you are tempted to do bad things. This seems to be the bet, right? If your entire family is decimated, let's see if you still believe in your faith. If fires rage from continent to continent, and earthquakes and tsunamis hit, right? Let's see if you are still pure and are willing to help people, or if you're gonna hurt them some way. This seems to be the bet, the stakes. These are the stakes. Let's fuck with people, right? Because they're little people, right? And we have the right to toy with them, right? They're just ants that are here, that have been created for our amusement, to prove something or another. The fuck? Like, Like, if this turns out to be true, if I find this out after I'm dead and I'm in the afterlife and I'm ready to be judged, I mean, let me tell you, this is just me. This is just how I am. But I will do anything in my power in the afterlife to just ruin everything. You think this is a game? You think I'm just a plaything, bro? I don't care if you're God. I don't care if you're the devil, right? If this turns out to be true, that this is just a stupid bet to prove something or another, because these two entities suffer from fucking small PP syndrome, and they have to compensate with this silly game. Well, it's goofy, it's grotesque, and I will not stand for it. So I will do anything in my power to ruin their whole career and somehow escape and bring the message to the people in the mortal realm. That's just me. I will not stand for it. But I guess we'll all find out when our time comes, don't we? Yeah, that will be a rude awakening, won't it? And I have a suspicion that this might be the truth, and I know that my first reaction will be to laugh my ass off, right? This is it. This is it, right? But anyway, if you want to support your boy, I got a few books on Amazon. I got a few books that tackle some of these subjects. They're on Amazon. The link will be down below. Thanks for watching. Never forget to have a laugh at all of these beliefs, and see ya.